Third base is one of the most interesting positions in all of baseball right now. We have rising stars, we have solid veterans, we have guys playing new positions. This is the list of top 10 third basemen for the 2026 season. Go ahead and drop your top 3 third basemen for the year down in the comments, and let's get into it. Starting off with an honorable mention, and that is Munetaka Okamoto, now of the Toronto Blue Jays. The big thing here is he's unproven and we haven't seen him play in the big leagues, but I do expect him to be pretty solid. Transitioning from Japan to the MLB, he's a big power hitter, he's got a solid reputation of being a run producer, and by projection, he's projected the 10th highest WAR in the 2026 season. Now, for the actual top 10, though, we're going to start this off with Jordan Westburg of the Baltimore Orioles at the number 10 spot. But I actually knocked him down this list because he's coming into the year with injury. He's going to miss the first 2 months of the season, and that is due to a partially torn UCL. And this is very unfortunate because he battled injury last year as well, but when he was on the field, he played great. He's an incredibly well-rounded player and one that I really enjoy watching when he's healthy and at his best. In his 85 games last year, he had a 115 WRC+, even though he wasn't fully healthy in that time, so that's pretty impressive. And I'm just hoping that this UCL injury doesn't limit him too long and that when he comes back fully healthy and can really hit the ground running. Now, at number 9 spot on our list, we have Manny Machado of the San Diego Padres. Manny Machado is one of the most consistently productive third basemen in the league. He still brings a lot of power and tons of experience with him. Defense, I thought, was kind of starting to slip, but he's proving in the WBC that defense is still here. And the main concern is that age curve, right? He's now 33 years old, but that said, last year, he put up 3.8 WAR, battling that age very well. He's not dropping off a cliff kind of like Nolan Arenado is. Now that said, I don't really think that he's going to get back into that MVP level that we saw from him earlier, but if he's still between that 3 to 4 WAR, that's still a top 10 third baseman. And we've seen him consistently in that range for a few years now. I don't see any reason to think this is the year that he's going to drop below 3 WAR. I trust that he can still give a very solid profile, even if I don't believe that the MVP level player is still in the tank. Now, the number 8 third baseman on our list is Carlos Correa. Now, this might seem a little bit odd. We've got to take a deep dive into the numbers to make sense of this one, but I promise you it makes sense, or at least it does in my mind. He's moving to third base, and I think that's going to do a lot to really help him out here. He also plays really well generally when he's on the field. It's just a matter of when he's healthy. And I don't predict injuries, so we're assuming health for the 2026 season. Now, 2025 was not the greatest for him, but he did so much better in the second half when he went back to Houston, and now he gets to play the full season in Houston. Also, if you go back to 2024, he had a 154 WRC+ and 4.2 WAR in just 90 games. We're just, a season removed from him having an absolutely outstanding level of play, and again, what we saw from him in Houston was still a very good player. But he's definitely a high ceiling, low floor player. The number 7 spot on our list goes to Austin Riley of the Atlanta Braves. Now, he is one of the best power hitters at the position. He is a middle of the lineup bat. Concern, though, is the defense and just the overall streakiness of his offense. He has his ups and downs throughout the year. Normally, we see him in the first half struggle, and in the second half, he plays like an MVP. He's also started struggling with injuries the past few years, which have held him back, and then when he is on the field, he hasn't played at the highest level. But he's just 29 years old now. He is in his prime, and obviously he is an incredible hitter. We've seen this. I don't doubt the bat at all. Just a matter of that health, and I don't want to see this man miss any more years of his prime due to injury. Now, at the number 6 spot, we have Alex Bregman, now of the Chicago Cubs. Alex Bregman is one of the most well-rounded players in baseball, very complete. He hits for power, he has a solid batting average, he walks a good bit, he doesn't strike out all that much, he plays good defense. Even with an injury last year, he put up 3.5 WAR in 114 games. The concern is he's entering his 30s, the speed is dropping off a little bit, stayed good on the defensive end at least. It's just a matter of what is he going to give us in a year coming off the injury. He's definitely a high floor player. If he's healthy for a full year, we're looking at 4 to 5 WAR, and that's a very solid third baseman. But the number 5 spot on our list goes to Bo Bichette, a newcomer to third base. Now, I know the internet has had their fun mocking Bo Bichette a lot. There's been a lot of the defensive stuff going around, but he's a better hitter than all the other third basemen that we've looked at on this list. Now, his defense has hurt him for a while, and even with his terrible defense and missing some time with an injury last year, he still put up 3.8 WAR. Moving to third base should at least help him just with the fact that defense won't be as much of a factor when considering his value, and his projected WAR is 4.4, which is very solid. I don't expect his defense to be great all of a sudden. I'm just saying that it being bad won't be as big of a deal if he's playing third base as would be if he were at shortstop. Number 4 spot on our list definitely doesn't have any problems with defense, and that's Michael Garcia of the Kansas City Royals. Still an underrated player, and he just had his breakout season in 2025. He's probably the best defender at third base at this point in time. Him or Brian Hayes. I think Matt Chapman can still kind of put himself in that conversation, but he didn't so much last year. So we're getting great defense, and he also hit really, really well. He improved his offense to have a 121 WRC plus last season. Now the concern is, can he repeat that offense? The defense is going to be great. He's still going to have the speed. But if that offense drops off a cliff, then that's not all that great. He kind of drops down this list a good bit. But if he keeps that bat like we saw last year, then he's one of the top third basemen in the game. So where's that offense going to fall? That's the big question. Projection has him at a 103 WRC plus, which would be concerning and a significant step back for him. But he's just 26 years old. And I don't really buy that fallout. I think that projection is a little conservative. I think his offense will stay solidly above average, and he'll remain a very solid and one of the better third basemen in the game. But the number 3 spot on our list has been one of the better third basemen in the game for years now, and that is Matt Chapman. Still underrated in my opinion. He did miss some time with an injury last year, but he's proven that he is consistently around a 120 WRC plus at this point. 20 plus home runs. He hits the ball hard very consistently. I think with a healthy start to 2026, I think Matt Chapman is a very good third baseman. Number 2 third baseman on our list is Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays. There's been a lot of talk about him not getting to play at Steinbrenner Field. A lot of factors out there that really show that 1, he's just a very good hitter in general. 2, he was a very good hitter last year on the road. 3, we're getting to see him in the World Baseball Classic put on an absolute show everywhere he goes, every at-bat he takes. I think if he got to play every game in a DR uniform, that he would be the GOAT. I mean, he has the ability to become one of the best players in Tampa Bay of all time. Concern is, though, he's just 22 years old. A lot of inherent risks that come with a player that young. So much can happen early on in a player's career that can really send them in so many different directions after a few good seasons. But there is a very real chance that the future of third base will revolve around Junior Caminero. But at the number 1 spot, this is the guy that the third base position does revolve around right now, and that's Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians. He is the gold standard at third base. Power, speed, contact, defense. 30 bombs, 44 stolen bases last year. One of the best players in the game, straight up. The concern is he's 33 years old this year. Surely he can't keep going on at this rate forever, but 2 straight years of over 6 WAR. 4 of the last 5 seasons have had over 6 WAR, even with a slight regression, which is not what I'm projecting. But even if there were a slight regression, he'd still be an elite all-around player. So that's my top 10 third baseman for the 2026 season. Who's too low? Who's too high? Who did I miss? And next up in the series is left field, so come back tomorrow for that.